As part of this course agenda, we are going to see Azure data engineering side mostly because data engineering is happening through Azure platform. So we are going to cover majorly into Databricks, Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Lake Storage, Gen 2 or Blob Storage, whatever. So first three are very essential for you. If you see in the current market, right, mostly any Azure data engineer, there is a post, right? You'll be seeing all these three tools as a combination. So in that, out of these tools, people are mostly looking for Databricks that has added additional advantage than remaining two. Databricks is vastly used. You see, if you explore even after this session, if you browse through Naukri also, you will see a lot of openings. So even the current market, even all the technologies are little bit down now. Everyone, all of us knows actually. So I mean, it is not that much expected. We are receiving a lot of less calls. But in terms of Azure data engineering, a professional who is enrolled in Naukri or LinkedIn, wherever it is, job portals, they're getting a lot of calls from all the big companies, TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, Infosys. Apart from that, product-based companies, and package also very high. The only reason is it's in it is evolving more and more, and lot of requirements. Everybody is stepping towards cloud. Some of your working professional know that actually. So even for beginners who wanted to enter into IT career, it is the best training to learn, because in the all mostly people are started migrating into cloud. If you enter now, you will be able to see good feature. So as part of this
Sir,
training, yes, sir. Yes.
sir, what is the minimum experience they are expecting now for these data engineers, Azure data engineers?
So it depends. I will classify into three ways: junior data engineer, senior data engineer, principal data engineer, and then Azure data engineering architect side, something like this. They're having different levels. So for your reference only, I have seen many people are asking, right? See, there are some companies are asking for 5+ years of experience. Mostly, like working professionals, it is like 8 to 15 years, 8 to 20 years, and sometimes 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 years also. So that kind of requirements what we are getting now, we have seen, right? This is Azure data engineer and senior data engineer. This is 9 to 14 years, and principal architect. Lot of we'll explore more in detail, right? So lot of calls actually.
Okay.
You can see right side also, you can browse from your side also. But one thing what I observed is Azure data engineering started evolving for the last 7 years onwards rapidly. So mostly people are having 7 years or 8 years of experience only. Prior to that it was there, but people are not that much focused learning that actually. That's what I mean to say. So on that reason, they're keeping experience as 9 to 14 years. It is about your total years of experience. If you are genuinely into somewhere 9 years, 8 years also, you are getting same level of package what 20 years or 15 years of experience guy also what they're getting. They're looking at the budget. If they have budget, they are giving for 9 years or 14 years also. So you got it right. So different levels are there. All type of requirements are available now. It's right time. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Not only Azure data engineers, you can focus on any one tool also. I told you, right? Azure Data Bricks. This is evolving more actually. Why means Azure Databricks is plugged in all types of platform. You might have heard about Azure, AWS, GCP, Google Cloud platforms. So everywhere Databricks is common. So what is the benefit out of Azure Databricks? How it has been deeply integrated with Azure, which means Databricks is a separate company. They are just hosting in Azure. They are integrated with Azure. They are providing services through it. So we are paying to Azure. From there, it will go to Databricks side actually. So we are vendor of Azure. We are good. We will be the user of Azure. The same is available in AWS and GCP also. So it will be more integrated and more benefits will be getting in as part of Azure. So Databricks will get more hits in the market, lot of openings actually compared to Data Factory and Synapse. Why I'm saying Data Factory is getting less, compared to, not that much less. It's a huge market. ETL tools, all those regular Excel, so whatever the ETL operation data handling tools were there, right? They are being slowly migrated into cloud. In the cloud side, these are the major ETL tools, out of which Databricks is having more demand in the market. So Data Factory is Azure based tool, one tool only. Synapse also one tool. So okay, AWS and all, you will see their own tool, and GCP also the same. So their database is also different, and then database also different. Like we have Azure SQL in Azure, like that they will be having Amazon S3, something like that. So, but the soul of the Azure data engineering are anywhere, right? So all these three things will remain same. Clear, right? So this training, this course, we are going to strictly focus on all these. First, I'll be seeing more on this Databricks, because even in future also, if AI comes, artificial intelligence comes also, Databricks is one of the tool. They already started using Databricks as ML platforms also, ML libraries also. So if you learn Databricks, if you are good with this, you don't need to upgrade yourself. Automatically, you are already into AI. You can be able to shiftly go and work in the AI side as well. That is why Azure data engineering more and more revolving now. So ETL and all, they are having market. I was into Power BI, Tableau, in IT, MSBI, SSIS tools. So like Informatica tools, data tools only. So they are having less jobs in the market. We have to upgrade. Then only we'll be able to survive, especially for the professionals who are already working. Anyways, for freshers, it will be added advantage if you are in the cloud side. So coming on to prerequisites, as I covered here, I'm going to cover two of the prerequisites: SQL and Python. So these are the prerequisites. If you are familiar, it's well and good. If you are not familiar, this course lasts about 70 to, I mean, 80 to 120 hours sometimes, depends on the wide audience requirements. So we will be seeing more and more. Why I'm saying 80 to 40, 120 hours depends on the support. Sometimes I'll be giving one-to-one support also, for whom it has been approached for a resume, all those stuff, resume, interview questions, mock interviews, all those stuff. So that's why I'm saying 90 to 120 hours we'll be spending our time here. I'm going to cover SQL, Python or PySpark. If you are not familiar, right? If you are in different domain, I'll be able to cover all the things for you. I will take care. So another prerequisites what you need to learn is Azure Cloud Basics. When I say Azure Cloud Basics, I told, right, I am certified into three areas: Azure Cloud Basics, Azure Data Engineer, Azure Artificial Intelligence. On the three areas, I'm certified. So you can also take up the certification. I'm going to give you that support in the upcoming slide. I'm going to explain. So Azure Cloud. So first of all, you are new to cloud. I'm going to demonstrate how a cloud looks like, how easily you can grasp it, how you can see yourself in cloud, how you can fit in yourself. Like one of the, I mean, Ashok, I think. So he has asked me, you wanted to, although he's in management side, you would like to see cloud, you wanted to explore more. So I'm going to give that guidance to you. First and first, I will take Python classes, SQL classes, and then Azure classes, Azure Cloud Basics. Once you're comfortable with Azure, we'll start with Databricks, Data Factory, Synapse. This is a storage tool. Nothing. It is not going to take much time. And Python, anyways, it will be covered. SQL will be covered. If you see any requirement, I have gathered actually any requirement you see, I'm going to show you. Now, if you go and explore, mostly these are the five tools or six tools. Mostly people will be asking for. There are others also included, other skill set also in the job requirements, but JD mostly demonstrate about this one. If you are familiar with all these, it is good actually. You will be able to crack the interface 100%. I'm assuring. So I'm moving on to next slide. Hope I'm clear with the previous slide.
Hi Venkat.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah. Please.
the stream analytics and synapse analytics are both the same?
Yes, yes. Stream analytics will be covered here. Stream
Okay.
analytics will be covered, to some extent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be covering that as well. But as I told you, if you are strictly looking for interview cracking purpose, all these six are enough. Since I'm going to cover stream analytics, it will be added advantage for you to crack the interview, as well as if you wanted to work in stream, that will help you. This training will be covering that also. Not only that, Azure Fabric also I'm going to cover to some extent. I'm going to give the demo, and then I will see few real-time scenarios, real-time oriented scenarios I'm going to cover. It will last for 5 to 6 hours for Azure data. Fabric also. Fabric is most happening tool now. So yeah, I'll be moving on to next slide. What is data engineering? Why we are here? Why not ETL tools? Why not big data? When I say big data, in down the line, if you see some 7 8 years before, big data was it is good in the market. Some buzzword. Why Azure cloud, AWS cloud, whatever cloud is, why it is trending now? Because of this slide. So actually, data has evolved. Olden days, we used to get only structured data, and then it has migrated to semi-structured, unstructured now. So what I mean by types of data, which is structured, unstructured, semi-structured, So data, what we are getting as part of business. Suppose if I take any retail portal, Flipkart. Suppose the data, how it comes, in terms of real-time data, right? In terms of pictures and some transactions, messages, comments, and within reviews and all, we will be doing right in Flipkart. If they wanted to analyze all those data, it is very difficult with the traditional ETL tools or whatever, SQL server, whatever we used to have, Excel and all. It is very difficult for us. That's where Azure cloud has come in picture. We started using all these new technologies in terms of Databricks, Data Factory, and Synapse, etc. So, what is structured data? When the data is available in a tabular format or in Excel. If you open an Excel, data is something like a tabular format, columns and rows, employee name, employee ID, and you'll be having all the employees, Ashok 101, salaries 20,000, something like this. Data is very clear. Don't worry if you're not familiar, understand structure and unstructure. Upcoming slides, I'm going to show you, cover this. Just I want to introduce how data is evolved. What is the emergence of data engineering here? That's the reason. So structured means data is pretty straightforward, rows and columns, easily understandable. Semi-structured means data is structured, but not so much understandable for the end users. I mean, Parquet files, JSON files, some sort of HTML files, right? AML files. Those are different file formats in terms of semi-structured. So this data cannot be directly understandable just like structured. Unstructured, as I told you, the real-time data, pictures, or transactions, some sort of review comments and comments what you keep in social media. All those data is nothing but structured, unstructured, structured, semi-structured, unstructured. So ETL tools and all that much not capable to handle all those things. That's why emergence of cloud-based. Again, they are ETL tools only, but we are calling them as data engineering tools. Azure Databricks, Data Factory, and Synapse. So they have the advanced features. They are capable to perform this data analysis, and then they can integrate, transform, and consolidation. What do I mean by integrate, transform, consolidation? Suppose a data is there, an employee data is there. That employee data has some data. They wanted to create some additional columns on top of the columns what it has. Just I'm talking about structured data. So on top of the columns and calculations, direct columns. So you wanted to create who is having best highest salary, and what is based on first name, last name. I want to create a new column, or I wanted to join multiple tables. The data is coming from multiple areas. If you take Flipkart, you're having customer data, product data, and purchase data, sale data. See, all the data is merged together. All those things should be combined in one area. We call it as integration step. And then we will be transforming according to the business needs. End of the day, Flipkart management want to understand the data what has been generated for the previous sale, and then by using the transformations which we are providing as Azure data engineer with the latest tools handling huge data, we are going to consolidate into a final target one place. So first we integrate and transform it, we consolidate into a final target table which is easily accessible, usable by the end users, which means Flipkart management. So they will take better decision to improve their business. So this process has become more complex in terms of complexity of the huge data. Now you see, right, social media, how much data is getting generated for LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. All those data cannot be handled through ETL tools and all. So they have to go with cloud or any other advanced tools. They need to write some programming language to handle this. So for doing this integration, right, and transforming the data and consolidating into one place, all these operations can be handled through all these different tools in the market: SQL, Python or PySpark, right? Anything Scala. There are a lot of languages, but mostly people are looking for SQL, Spark SQL. I will say what is Spark SQL. It is almost like SQL only, and Python or PySpark. So it's not direct Python. It is Apache Spark plus Python. We call it as Spark. So okay, so even R, .NET, Java also being used, but vastly people are using only a Python or PySpark or SQL. Hope I'm clear with this slide. I'm moving on to next slide. So as just continuation of the previous slide, why data engineers are needed here? Why data engineers are needed? Suppose Flipkart, you take any LinkedIn, so you see how much data it is there, how many profiles are there, how many transactions are happening, messages, pictures, all sales data for Flipkart, Amazon, whatever, banking system, everywhere it has data has got, very much bigger in size. So ultimately what is the requirement here is you need to maintain that infrastructure. As I mentioned here, you need to maintain that infrastructure is main important thing. So if you are able to have this much data processing, right, you need to have a bigger of ETL tools and processing engines, and then once we consolidate, transform, integrate into one place, right, so that place or storage place also is growing bigger. So that's why data engineers are very essential in the upcoming markets. Yeah, AI is going to take the market, who knows. So but current trend what is going on is like data engineers are more emergent. Even after AI comes also, who will maintain the data? So for maintaining the data in a proper manner, and all the things cannot be handled by AI alone. So that's where data engineers will come in picture in terms of handling huge data infrastructure, and then integrating into and transforming. So we are the best people who are is there in ETL, right? So they will be joining hands with us. We will be integrating and transforming all the data to make it in a proper way. So we will be using. We are the technical expertise people who can be writing the programming languages like PySpark, SQL, by using latest cloud tools like Databricks and Data Factory. All those we will be integrating the data and then transforming the data, make it available for the management. So not only with that, see, if you are having huge data, just imagine performance is a main criteria for any customer. So they need a fraction of seconds they wanted to see that data. So earlier days we used to see some thousands of rows, lakhs of rows in Excel or any kind of SQL server. Even to see the performance optimization rate, we used to go for indexes and optimizing techniques in SQL server databases side actually. So those performance optimizations, right? See at this trillions of data, billions of data, millions of data, what customers are holding, right? That is not possible at all with all those olden technologies. So performance optimization is vastly handled in a proper way in terms of cloud data engineering tools, which are happening through our data engineers only. So that's why I'm saying data engineers are very essential in the market. Okay. So now the last but not the least, security. Anywhere we are handling the data, even I am there in the data market for 15 years, I'm seeing data. Security is the main concern, especially for European customers, right? They need more GDPR rules will come in picture, privacy. So by using these data bricks right? You can write enormous scripting to encrypt your data, decrypt your data, and you can safeguard your data. Data is mostly secured in these tools actually. So we can do analytics. When I say analytics, right, they can consume this data at the end. For the advanced level of analysis, since we are handling huge data, so data should be available to advanced analytic tools that can be, direct provision is given from the Azure data engineering tools actually. So for your reference, just to showcase you how the data market, data engineers market openings, right? Some of the, just I have captured few links. Maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, some of the requirements has come in picture. So people are using all these things actually, Azure data engineering. I will give you these links. We will go through all these, in the third session, third demo session. If you are having more doubts, where you can fit yourself, whether you can be able to learn it or not, in that session I will take you in detail about what Azure JD it looks like. Okay, so what are all the, if you wanted to be in the competitive market, what are all the additional things you need to do? So as it is mentioned here, certification. So Microsoft Azure cloud, right? Microsoft is enabling us to do some certification. If you go with the certification to any interview, right, some 2 3 people are in the competition, so you will get definitely exposure with the DP203 certification, which is Azure data engineer certification. Not, it is not mandatory. It will cost around 3 to 4,000, 4,500 actually. So if you want, you can enroll it. Definitely it is my responsibility to make you to clear this exam. Okay, so I will be able to assist you 100%. I will make you to clear this certification. And then hope I'm clear with this. So this slide we have covered all the data Azure data engineers, why they are important in the market. And next slide, what I'm going to cover, who is the intended audience. I already told you who can learn this training. No doubt, if you are working professional, want to shift your career, gear up to cloud. Yes, it is the right platform. You can learn not only Azure. I'm not telling only Azure. AWS also has a great market like Azure. A lot of calls actually, especially Databricks. If you learn, it will be added advantage. You can be into the AI also, so they can learn. Working professionals can learn. And second, freshers who wanted to see their career into IT industry can learn. If they go for interview, since market companies will ask like who are in the right technology, they'll be able to, there is a chance for getting for themselves. And then now, and then some career gaps are there, means also they can be able to learn. There are huge market, right? There are a lot of openings. So if you are having career break or some gap, right, you are working in non-IT field, it's a right thing actually, because people are not that much professional. They're not having that much technical knowledge. Then competition is very less compared to any other tools, and openings are also very less, very high actually. So you can learn this as well. So professionals, freshers, and career gap people, all people can be able to learn this. So I'll move on to the certification side. As I told you, you can be able to take. I'm certified into 3 areas. Even I'm enrolling for Azure Fabric also. I'm going to clear very soon. So there are a lot of certifications in the Microsoft Azure side. One of the best data engineering certification what you need to appear for is DP203. As I promised you, you can be able to clear with this. If you done with this certification, as you have seen, right? Just for sample, I showed you one requirement from Naukri. You can also explore DP203. There is a lot of expectation because many are learning and coming. Just want to see some extra edge, right? Who is having certified Microsoft, right? So there, you need to perform certification as well from the Microsoft side, which costs around 4,500. You will be paying to Microsoft itself. Okay, clear, right? So you can schedule the date. I can be able to assist you. Clear, right? So far, am I going faster? Any suggestions?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, so this next slide, Azure Databricks architecture. What I mean, Databricks. Actually, I skipped this slide. So what is this Azure Databricks? I think it is 9:10 now. Some are getting ready for office. I will wrap it up in 10 minutes, so I will not take much time. Rest we'll see in the next class. So as I told you, Databricks and Data Factory, Synapse Analytics are the major tools which we are going to cover. So this Databricks is separate component from other vendor Apache Spark. So Apache is they are the vendors. They're hosting in Azure cloud. So we can be able to take it as a service, platform as service. You don't need to install in your machine. It will be installed in Azure cloud only. So it is that's why it is said as like a cloud data analytics platform. So it is a web-based portal, just like it. I mean, you can be able to access Azure from here. From here, you will be able to access. So I'm going to take this training real-time oriented. I will demonstrate the tool going forward. You can be able to understand. There are different types of versions are available in Azure Databricks: standard tier, premium tier, trial version. Trial is for people like you who can understand. We can be able to trial version. You can be able to learn. So if you want to upgrade to professional version, standard tier, premium tier, it is different versions actually. So you can be able to choose any version. So first two are you need to pay as you go. The last one is free trial. You can be able to learn from the free trial itself. So 1000 to 1500 rupees you need to pay for standard tier and premium tier. It is good to go with these first two options. So premium tier is the tool being used by corporate companies. Suppose one person is working in TCS, the
Sir,
client will be
sir,
using premium
hello,
tier
sir.
only. Yeah, yeah,
Hello, sir.
yeah, yeah.
Sir, the free trial is for how many days, sir?
It is for 30 days. They will give some credits.
Okay.
You can well utilize it. I will tell you if you are a student or if you wanted to have another free student license or free license, I will be able to guide you in separate sessions. Okay. So, but one license will be lasts about 30 days only. Clear, right? So on top of it, you can renewal with for free license itself. I will tell you an idea. So this is the Databricks architecture. Why I'm keep on telling Databricks has added advantage because of the integrations and extra features what it is being provided. It is running from the Apache Spark engine, so performance will be faster. To deal with daily data or hourly data, real time data, whatever someone asks me, stream analytics. So to deal with all those things, Databricks is the best tool, right? You can write your programming that implementations will be run through the engine called Apache Spark, which is 100 times faster than Hadoop itself. Just imagine about regular ETL tools where is installed in on-premise, which means your own server it is installed. Just compare. Okay, Databricks Apache Spark engine is 100 times faster than Hadoop. So I will tell you this architecture in detail about upcoming slides. So I will move on to data factory. So this is the own tool of baby product of Microsoft Azure itself. If any of you come from the background of SSIS or MSBI, you must be knowing this. Actually, this is a upgraded version of MSBI or SSIS. That MSBI and SSIS is there in the market for 20 30 years before onwards, before we come into market. So actually, this SSCS MSBI has been given the cloud platform, cloud flavor. They renamed it as Azure Data Factory. If you are already known with SSIS or MSBI, you can always be, you can easily learn Azure Data Factory as well. As I told, it is also fully managed service. You can take it as like platform as service. That means you can purchase a product license Azure Data Factory from this portal which I have shown you. You can purchase a product license. It will come like a billing for you in even corporate companies also. They can be able to use this as a pay as you go. No need to do administration or maintenance. You can directly install in your Azure cloud itself. So it can be used as integration tool. It can be used as transformation service. Also, you can do some orchestration as well. What do I mean by integration? You have multiple sources. Suppose Flipkart, there are some Excel files coming from some storage account. There are some server side, some files are coming, and SQL server, some tables are there. So data can be from many different sources. All we are going to integrate in one place, and then we transform and we schedule the tools which is called as orchestration. So all these things will be covered in the next tomorrow session as well. Tomorrow session completely it is going to be, I'm going to open this tool portal, Azure portal. I will take you through Data Factory, Databricks, I will create a new service. I will explore. I will show you. Don't miss tomorrow's class because it is going to be more interactive. You can ask me more questions. You can be able to decide whether you will be able to learn this training. Someone will have doubts, right? Whether I'm fit for this or not. I'm going to give more clarity tomorrow. So Azure Synapse also, just like Data Factory, it is also one product of Azure itself. If you know Data Factory, Azure Data Factory, previous tool, you will be able to familiar with this also. Just added advantage, additional features will be given. It's a mixture of Data Factory plus one database actually. So Azure Synapse is equal to Data Factory plus database, data warehouse, nothing else. So hands-on exercise will be provided to you. When I say hands-on exercise, just like what I'm doing here, I will give some time during the classes. You can be able to practice what I have done here in terms of programming or SQL or tool utilization. I will give sample files. You can practice within your premise if you purchase this license or student license. So we can take this forward. Okay, and then benefits of this course. This is the slide I'm going to take. I'm not going to take much about this. We can wind up the session. So benefits of this course, as I told in the previous session itself, recordings I'm going to provide, resume building I'm going to provide for freshers, working professionals. I will help you through project. I'll give you. I will explain the project so that you'll be able to well utilize. Okay, and mock interviews based on your request. If you are familiar, you are good to yourself. If you are confident, you can take up your side. If you need mock interviews, I will be able to conduct that as well in a group basis or individual basis. Project guidance I will be able to provide. As I told, resume building itself, what are the project we keep, this project guidance I'm going to provide you, and general interview questions and scenario based questions. Interview questions I'm going to provide general questions. I will not be able to cover, I cannot give the wrong promise. I will be able to give you maximum questions what I have prepared, all of them. I'm going to show you, explain you with answers. It will be useful for you. So I'm in the market. I know what kind of questions being asked in the recent days. I myself some of the times take sitting in the panel. I know what to ask for the interview. Person who has attended for the interview. So I will give you that level of support also. Live materials. What is live materials? Suppose tomorrow onwards I'll be taking some tools, notepads, paints to demonstrate what has been covered in the class. So all those materials, slides I'm going to take up, right? I will give a live materials to you and some sort of placement guidance in terms of Naukri, how you can explore, how to keep resume, LinkedIn. I'll be able to, tricks you might be knowing better than me sometimes. I'm not telling I'm the best person to explore how to do Naukri and LinkedIn. I'll be able to guide you in terms of Azure data engineering. People who don't have this guidance placement, how to explore themselves right in Naukri, I'll be able to guide you. So and sometimes any questions comes from students, right? I'll be able to give discussions in the WhatsApp or any chat actually. Okay, on demand basis only. So this is syllabus. Tomorrow session or day after tomorrow session, I'm going to cover syllabus and a tool live demonstration of tool, what it does. So subsequent remaining two sessions, we're going to discuss. Hope it is clear.